If you're going to play hand for hand, you could stop the table. Otherwise, don't do it.
It's true. You shouldn't stop
It's-
the
it's-
play.
that's
you
not-
don't stop the play ever.
Exactly right. That's bad ruling by the floor. To pause the other table.
Whoa!
These guys were in the tank. Here, well, here we go. Peter.
Queen on the flop. We're started up, ready to go, chat, for the final day of action here in the Caribbean Poker Party. Looking forward to it, man. It should be good. Good sweat. We saw one of the most amazing poker hands I've ever seen yesterday. That hand's going to be coming out on YouTube later. I'm excited for people to see that. It's crazy. Who do we got at the feature table? Immediately looks pretty cool here. All right, we have Ludovic Geilich on 97 big blinds, Aaron Van Blarkum, Andres Nemeth, Ryan Reese, World Series of Poker main event champion, Giuseppe Ladicernia, Philip Gruesome, the legend, Peter Jetton, the legend, and Joaquin Blanco. So pretty exciting here. Two Party Poker pros on the table, World Series of Poker main event champion, Peter Jetton, a longtime legend of the game. I mean, pretty interesting lineup. Pretty interesting lineup here. So let's see how we get on. Let's see how we do. There we go. All right. In action. I like the shirt. Ludo, I like the shirt. Looking sharp today. Ready to go. Andres we saw play pretty aggressively in a few spots yesterday. Excited to see him back in action. It's a name from a card game called Ascension. I've never played it before. What's Ascension like? One guy just super casually eating a bagel. Early morning for Peter Jetton, man. He's a Canadian guy. He's a legend of the game. He's a high-stakes poker player from a long time ago, and you don't see him as much anymore, but he is still in this 10K event, so, you know, can't be doing too poorly. What's up, Dean P? Life is good, dude. No complaints from me. Life is very good for sure. Happy to be here. What time is it? All right. Continue on, man. Why not? Continue on. Afternoon, Jamie. What's up, Ed? How's it going, man? Good to see you in the building, Mr. Ed K. We are at the final 24 here of this tournament. This is the final 9 hours of coverage. So within 9 hours of play, there's going to be a champion, which to me insinuates this is going to actually be pretty quick, because to go from 24 to 1 in 9 hours, I think we're going to see some chips fly around. That's, you know, was that a bust out? Like more than a bust out every 30 minutes? It's pretty wild. It'll be fast. It'll be fast one. 24 bust outs in 9 hours. Why can't I do that math? If it's 3 an hour, is yeah, so 3 an hour. Every 20 minutes, someone should bust the tournament approximately until the end. Andres is going to raise it up with the jacks here in the hijack, sitting on 56 million. And you start with 1 million chips in Party Poker Million events, so basically 56 souls in that stack there.
I thought they were going to do it and put him up here like on purpose.
Peter Jetton with the perfect rich person hat, dude. Minimalist hats, it's just like it's correlated to wealth every time. Every time. It's never not true. The more minimal a hat, the more money the guy's got. That's the way it is. You're the reason I play online, to be honest, Jamie. Hey, man, thank you. Watched the DNX podcast earlier. Loved it, mate. Massive fan of Daniel. And I'm like you. He's the reason I like poker. Yeah, man. I mean, Daniel's an absolute legend, dude. He deserves so much more respect for what he's done for the game of poker than he gets. And so I certainly don't, forget that. I try and keep that in mind all the time. The poker world necessarily doesn't. It's frustrating to me. So it was a real honor to speak with him and just get his thoughts on things. Because I think he's such a great dude, I think we owe him a lot, so. Philip Gruesome has flopped a flush against Andres. Uh-oh. Philip Gruesome has 14 million as well, so this is looking really good. Andres is almost drawing dead. Needs to go runner, full house to win the pot. So we can see 3% here. 3 on the turn, and it will be Philip Gruesome to win the pot. Andres maybe can get away from this hand, though. There's 9 million in the middle. Philip has 13 million back. So is he going to be able to fold his jacks, or is this just like an all-in situation? Because you got to remember from his perspective, he's got jacks also with a club. You know, he's got to think like, okay, maybe my opponent has an ace, but then I have some outs. Or maybe they just have a club draw, in which case I'm ahead. So it's an interesting one. Sizing up a bet here. Gonna bet 2.4 million, and now it's back on Philip Gruesome with the flush. He's got to decide, do I just call, let Andres continue his story on the end, or do I check raise now and ensure that I get it in against a lot of hands? Jamie, we vote you commentate more. It doesn't make you any money, but we like it, bro. Well, thank you, Tuspot. Thanks, bro. I think I'm going to keep doing it like half live poker, half online for a while. See how it goes, because I'm digging it so far. Five of hearts in the end. Dude, you're gaining again. Gaining dollars, BlizzWiz. Gaining dollars, bro. I quit smoking and I put on a little weight, BlizzWiz. But the good news is there is no prop bet of life. I can proceed at my own pace. I appreciate your concern. Actually, I don't. I don't like your concern. It's tilting to me. But I understand, right? You see the difference. But I'm okay, man. You know? Continue forward in life. Queen B, 902 dropping the 51-month resub. What's up, Queen B? Welcome back to the team. Hearts out in chat for 51 months in the building, supporting. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Philip Gruesome is all in for 10.5 million here. And with the jacks, Andres is, I mean, he doesn't beat much. He beats missed club draws, of which he has a club in his hand. Pretty sure Poker Tables gets paid for this by Party. To be honest, man, no one at Party Poker asked me to do this. I actually asked them, like, hey, can I do this? Because I think live poker is such a good entry point for people that don't play poker. It's easier to understand than online poker. They've seen it in movies. They've seen it on TV. So I think it's going to be a really smart thing to have a bit more live poker on this channel and therefore have more people approach it and see it for a few times and like interested in watching it, and maybe they'll stick around for the online and they'll become online poker fans. So this is actually my idea. This event wasn't broadcast on Twitch. It was broadcast by Poker Go and then uploaded on YouTube on Party Poker's channel. So I'm like, well, hey, Twitch hasn't seen this. I haven't seen this. Let's sweat some live poker, check out some interesting hands, and we can use it as like an entry point into online poker. That was my idea, man. True. Captain Co-op in the building. The rap god, Captain Co-op in the house. What's up, dude? How are you, man? What's new? What's new in life for Captain Co-op? Are you working on anything creatively? Got any shows coming up? You improving? You stand-up comedying? Doing sketches? What are you doing, Co-op? People need to know. Giuseppe is going to raise under the gun with the ace jack here. Yes, Queen B. Yes, over 60, true.
Nice spot for Ryan to overlimp.
Very good learning tool as well. It is, dude. Yeah, absolutely. Especially when you have some world-class players in events like this. You can really learn from their thought process and what they're doing and why and stuff, you know? All right, so we got a multi-way pot going on. 24 left. Exclamation mark payouts should have the payout information for you. And damn, dude, we're getting viewers fast today. Why so many viewers so quickly? We're at 536. What happened? Has Twitch got me on the front page or something? Or is it recommend boosting me? I mean, that's fine. Like, we've been at 500 viewers before. I'm not saying it's out of line, but the rate at which people are here is out of the ordinary. To launch to that number in 40 minutes. I'm surprised. That's weird. Could you please answer the question 5 minutes later? I'm not used to this crowd. Yeah, that's a bit weird. Okay, so we are 5 ways to the flop. I don't see any twos. Ryan Reese has a flush draw. Not flush draw. Giuseppe has ace jack, so I think has the best of it. We should see some hands cleared out here. I think it's going to be Ryan against Giuseppe. That's my guess as to how this plays out. Ryan Reese has the second nut flush draw. Worth noting. And it's actually kind of a not a great spot for him because he could be against the king high flush, and he's obviously behind right now, right? So it's not actually very fun. And he's probably just going to fold here. Yeah, I mean, there it is. Doesn't want to play sometimes some reverse implied odds against the nut flush draw. Behind an ace, very likely right now. Paired board too, so he's got to worry about that. It's pretty interesting. No delay is weird. It is, man. But I feel like something different happened with the launch today. Because this is very bizarre. It normally doesn't happen like this to where we just... Like yesterday, for example, we had a slow climb from like 0 to 600. It was a slightly busier day yesterday. Like 0 to 600, it was a very slow climb. Whereas today, within 40 minutes, we're 0 to 550. Might be the title or something. No delay final day. 10,000. That could be it, man. I don't know. If you ever visit Singapore, please do let me know. I need to treat you a beer or two and have chat over poker from Ryushin X. I'd love to go to Singapore one day. I'd love to go there, man. Seems like a great place. What do you think of Lexus bragging, mocking your stream on stream and imitating Let's Go chat? Let's Go, referring to you. Are they really just vile? No, dude. I mean, they're just banter, you know? It's just banter. I'm friends with Lex. I'm friends with Spraggy. I mean, we're on different teams now, right? So there's a little bit of banter, of course. A little bit of ribbing, but, you know, and there's like a little bit of competition as well. Of course, you want to be successful. Everyone feels that. So, yeah, I don't know. People poke fun at, like, my mannerisms and the way I run my stream all the time, but I don't think it's serious, you know? I think they're good guys at the end of the day, for sure. So, I hold no ill will. I mean, they can keep going at it, man. Let's go, chat. Let's go. Come on, Dottie. They can keep poking fun, man. But watch your back, boys, okay? Watch your back. Listen, you may feel on top of the mountain now, okay? But I'm just saying... Tortoise in the hare, all right? We all see the fluctuations up and down like, oh, moment of the day. Pew, pew. Tortoise in the hare. I'll be the tortoise. It's cool, man. It's cool. I'm 5 years into this thing. 65 months. Easy street. There's the banter back, bro. So now you can go into their chat and be like, did you hear Jamie called you guys a hare and he's the tortoise and he thinks you're all going to fail? You can go back and tell them that, and then we can just keep this banter going, all right? Yeah, less big name streaming as well. It's really interesting how that works, man, with streamers, actually. It's like, it's very very dependent on who else is on and the time you're on and stuff like that. Like, it makes a big difference. I think a very large portion of why Lex has become so successful and dominant with his viewership size is because Sunday, the most important poker day of the week, he is on like 4 hours before anyone else. Like, he plays mammoth, huge Sunday sessions. So he would get out to a lead early on Sunday, and he's done that for about 2 years now. Every Sunday he plays. He's always the first on. He beats everyone. And like, I struggle to put in like 15, 16-hour sessions like him on a Sunday, but it has worked hugely. Like, every Sunday, there is 30,000, 40,000 people that are thinking Lex, like, that's what they think of on Sunday now. So he's done an incredible job with that, man. Like, very smart strategy. Like, probably smarter than streaming 5 hours, 5 days a week. He's just like, nope, I'm going to stream 15 hours on Sunday, every Sunday when the biggest tournaments are on. And it's worked so well for him. So, props, man. It's a good approach. It's a good approach. I got to turn down my mic a little bit. It's a bit too loud. Let's readjust. I answered your question up there, by the way. Co-op. I missed it, bro. All right, what is Captain Co-op, the legend, doing? Peter Jetton with the Jacks. This is good. I'm working on a one-man show at the moment. Mix of stand-up, sketches, and comedic lecture on stuff I find interesting, like consciousness and astrophysics and stuff like that. Oh, damn. Damn, dude. A comedy sketch, one-man show on consciousness and astrophysics. Co-op, you're making moves, man. You're making moves. You're carving out a niche. I respect it. I respect it for sure. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Jokin's in trouble here. Jacks against tens. Jokin, I mean, very easily have to go all in here. You look down at tens. You have 6.7 million chips. It's an easy decision. But Peter Jetton with the jacks, surely going to get this done here. Very short stacks in play. As you can see, there's only 16 million in the pot here. Jokin's going to need a 10. King, 9, deuce. Nope. Nuh-uh. That's not what Jokin needs. 8 on the turn isn't going to do it. A 10 and only a 10. 5% going to the end. Well, so we are down to 23 players, and we are. Good game to Jokin from Spain. Eliminated in 24th. Peter Jetton picking up some much-needed chips there. Up to 16.4 million. Jokes, 19.5. Even better, man. Even better, chat. Did you know the guy Sebastian, the one Streamboat and went with you to EPT Prague, is streaming poker on Twitch? I know. Seabass, man. Seabass is amazing. You guys should check out Seabass for sure. He's a Danish guy. We went to EPT Prague right towards the end of my Stars partnership with them before I went to party. But yeah, we hung out. We made some vlogs and stuff. He's a super good guy, man. Really cool. Really cool dude. In terms of hosting and stuff, like, I need to prioritize my own team. First, you know, I'm a team with a group of 12, 13 individuals, and like I need to prioritize growing our team as much as I can, you know? But how I treat hosting now is I'll host my team first, always. And within the team, I will host my brother first, with very few exceptions, because he's my own brother, when he's on. But then after that, I will host people that are playing on Party Poker. And if no one's playing on Party, then I'll host outside the listing. That's generally the approach. And there's a few guys I would like to host as well because I watch their streams and I really like them. That being Casino Daddy. I never get to hit them with the host and support them, so I'd like to one time. And then Summit 1G, love his channel, and XQC. I mean, I don't make a difference in Summit or XQC's chat, but like as a thank you, you know? Casino Daddy, you know, they're a bigger channel than mine, but like it would help them, so... All right, anyways. Are you in good terms with Carver? Yeah, man, I haven't talked with him for like 8 months or so. So, I mean, obviously we kind of split ways with Run It Up and stuff like that, so... But, you know, I hold no ill will, of course. Like, we're working on different projects, and I haven't spoken with him, but... You know, I think Run It Up is very innovative and doing cool things, so I wish him success. Philip Gruesome flopping the top pair here. On this Queen 8-5, 2 clubs. Ryan Reese has missed in the big blind. So Philip Gruesome can check back here. I actually like a check back. Looks like he's going to go for a bet. But the thing is, it's nice to have some top pairs that want to check back. You also block the sorts of hands you want to continue, like Jack 10 and 10-9. So it seems like me this would be a decent top pair to check. But he goes for the bet, which is fine too. It's not like every time it's a huge mistake if you don't. Vygar dropping the 54-month resub. That's a big one, man. Can we ban Ed K so I can overtake him on the sub leaderboard? Man, that would be Vygar. Like 54 months. I really appreciate it, man, but that's a big ask, bro. Okay? You're asking me to kill Ed K for your spot on the leaderboard? This is a bit much, man. I don't know. I don't know about that. Joe. Ed K, what do you think? Do you accept? I feel like Joe Stapleton would have a field day with the names of people at this table. Yeah, I mean, he would, he'd be going ham. He'd be going ham for sure. Hit us with the puns. You got him, Co-op. I mean, hey, if you want to try out some material on the table, give it a go. I'm not even in the top 10. Not sure it matters. Should we kill Ed K, guys? No, of course not, Vyguard. How could we live without Power Mod Ed K? The channel wouldn't operate. Life ceases to exist. What's up, Thurpan? How's it going, bro? Good to see you as well. Uh-oh, Giuseppe. He's got the aces. I know there's a famous Giuseppe, or like a battle of Giuseppe or something like that. I don't know the context. I just know it's an important word in history. I wish I knew right now, you know? I could make some like clever joke tying in Giuseppe into this guy's name. But instead I just have to look like a hack. That's it. Giuseppe was the guy who built Pinocchio, I think. Well, that is a tough joke to make, isn't it? So there's 12.6 million in the pot. 4s and 5s and Jack 9 suited and aces. And Giuseppe has got to be terrified because I'm terrified right now. I'm terrified for him. Thankfully, he still has the best hand. That's Geppetto. Ah, that's Geppetto. Okay. All right. Okay. That's Geppetto. False alarm on Giuseppe. One could say Giuseppe is playing the real boys. Ah, that's true. If it wasn't Geppetto.
Ripping it in. Have some of that.
All right, so a big old shove here from the ace. It's just a massive pile. And now Aaron. Giuseppe's got it, bro. I can tell by the face. I mean, hey, we can see his hand, but what is Giuseppe bluffing with? That's the problem, right? We're 5 ways. What does he have? 4-5 suited? Whoa! New Twitch view bot search on YouTube. Oh man, gotta put it in sub mode.
I just heard something and then something, so that doesn't help me out too much. Some money. 10, 20.
How do I put it in sub mode? Sorry guys. Looks like we're getting targeted by a view bot. We definitely are too. The jump up to 724 is a little iffy, man. But I don't know. I forget how to put it in sub mode. But no one panic. Monetize the stream. Maybe I do it in like sub mode or something like that. Or follower mode, maybe. Follower. Followers only mode for this room. There you go. All right, we fixed it. You guys got to follow the chat now. So here's our viewership graph on the day. And again, this is a little bit weird because, again, we fight for like 500, 600 when we're streaming live poker. The fact we're at 767, there's less competition today, but it's a little bit suspicious to me. So someone could be trying to advertise view bots by like view botting my channel and then doing what they just did. But I highly recommend anyone that would consider buying view bots to not, because it doesn't do anything for you. First of all, it doesn't make people fans. Like, you may rank higher in the listing, but so many people do that and their stream just sucks anyways. It's just like, hey, it's just not going to work, man. Your stream has to be good. So I highly encourage you, if you would ever consider that as a streamer, avoid it. Like the plague, you'll have a terrible reputation. Companies won't want to work with you. It'll take a long time to repair that reputation as well. And it's not going to help you like you think it will. Just get good at streaming. View botting services are a waste of money. So there you go. Anyways, Giuseppe calling for 1.2 million. Aaron going to raise it up to 4.5.
Aaron raising from the small over Giuseppe's early position limp. He's for 5s and big. Very hard for him to continue.
Sorry. Okay, we're back. We're okay. Action back in Giuseppe here, who limped out of the gun plus 1 is a pretty interesting strategy. I'm just seeing if I can maybe message Twitch support or something like that. Agent Anderson dropping the 2-month resub. Thank you very much, man. Welcome back to the team. Hearts out in chat for the 2-month resubscription. Thank you very much, man. Viewbots make me use my free sub. I suppose it's better than wasting it. Hey, man. Thank you for the free sub. I appreciate it. Agent Anderson. Thanks for the support, man. Thank you, thank you. I'm just seeing if I can send a quick email to Twitch support. Twitch partner support. And let them know. Just because maybe they can like see the bots that were in the channel and like grab the IP or something like that, or flag them and shut them down. Okay, category. Partner. Other. Viewbot put on my channel. Hello. I'm streaming right now, but 5 minutes ago there was a Viewbot put on my channel where a bunch of bots spammed in the chat the following message. Let me get that message. I put it in follower mode, so there is no current issue. I thought, you know, in case you had a way of shutting down the offending accounts or gathering IP information. All right, cool. Thanks for bearing with me as I just send that off, guys.
Giuseppe in the big blind. Deuces.
And then there's a captcha that says, "I'm not a robot." Lol. All right, cool. Anyways, back to the poker. If I gift a sub to a Viewbot, am I funding terrorism? Kappa. Going to flop. King Queen against twos. Andres has two overcards here and a backdoor heart draw. Giuseppe has the best hand, but a very difficult hand to play. I would actually give the advantage to Andres, even though he only has 33% to win here. Let's put it into emote only so us followers don't get left out. Well, we are in follower mode right now, actually, so we're okay. You just have to have followed the channel for 10 minutes. So, if there is issues, it will be sorted.
My hand never improves. Don't mind just folding this.
And we probably have a lot of people that haven't followed yet. So, to all of you out there that have to wait 10 minutes before you can type in the chat, I thank you for your sacrifice to this channel. And this is a good way to ensure that you follow so that you can type and say, hey. All right, so let me shout out some of those followers, man. Sabin0219, Take Modern, thank you very much. Lex274, Berts33, Janito Quart, welcome. Thanks for following the channel. Much love. I'm using points to talk. Ah, I didn't show up in my thing. I see what you're saying there. See what you're saying. Bots are everywhere on Twitch. Even Summit got it. Ah, right. See, I think they probably removed it. Here's our viewership graph now. Dropped 70. That might be a normal drop, but maybe they are just like moving on to somewhere else.
Once again, this time King 10 off and undergun.
Raised to 2.4 million. With the King 10 from Andres. To be fair, like, as much as viewbots are talked about, it's much less of an issue than it used to be. Because Twitch actually went after a few companies that were offering services to viewbot channels and, like, you know, sued them. So there became, like, a real risk for companies offering that and stuff. Because Twitch is such a platform where it could be abused. but thankfully Twitch has like done a lot to combat it. And then also like experienced streamers really know when a view but's happening. Like every once in a while there'll be someone in the poker listing, right? And they'll just have 550 viewers and they'll be sitting there and they won't say a word for like 7 minutes as they're like playing a $50 spin, you know? And it's just like, you're not fooling anyone, man. And also no one wants to watch this. Like this has to be more entertaining, you know? It's like you're not helping yourself. You're not going to get there. You just have to get good, you know? You can't buy your way there. But it used to be a lot worse. There was a plague in the casino category when there was all these fake channels that were just view botting, and it was like flagrant. It was crazy. There was just like 30 just fake channels, and even it bled it over into poker a little bit for a while. But then Twitch cleaned it up, got someone on it. But betting a call to the river here, 4 of diamonds. So Ludo has a pair of 7s and Andres has the pair of 10s. We can see Andres has the best of it. But is Ludo going to call down here? 111 million. That's a lot of chips. That's a lot of chips, man. That's the chips of 111 people in the tournament. There was, I think, yeah, 950 that started the tournament. So that's like, it's 1/9 of the chips in play or so, right? Ben a call. Andres wins with the pair of 10s. Ludo loses some chips, man. 109 million. Is this live? This happened November 2019. It's the first time it's been broadcast on Twitch show, so we're just adding our own spin on the play. This is the last day of play as well. I apologize for my foot and mouth disease yesterday in the past, and I am sure in the future from Balloon31. You don't gotta worry about it, Balloon. Don't sweat it, man. I like you, dude. Don't worry about it, man. Nothing to apologize for. Nothing at all, bro. Is this live? It is. I already read that. I already explained to you. I don't have to do it anymore. I've already told you, bro. Oh, now my Twitch listing is kind of dead, too. See? What the heck is that? Oh, man. Pure Jet and Folds. Philip Grousman now in the cutoff. What KOs you playing tonight? As many as I can. So, definitely going to play the 530 Mix Max 6-4 later. The 109 PLO 6 Max. 215... Or no, 320 and 55. And then I think the 530 and the 55, which is starting pretty soon. So, a bunch of KO series today. Dean P. All right, man. I like it. It's good. It's funny. Giuseppe with the Jack 10 of clubs here. Now has backdoor flush draw, backdoor straight draw, 2 overcards. So it's like not the worst flop for hands like this, right? It's not terrible. But it's 3.6 million. I would almost even consider checking back with Jack 10 in the spot, given there's so many good turns. 7, 8, 10, Jack, Queen, King, Club. Ace is a card you can represent very well. You know, like, there's so many cards you can continue on in the turn. I would almost consider checking Jack 10. Because you don't want to bet and get raised. It's like so... It's so decent you don't want to get raised off your hand. But it goes bet call. Turn is a 4 clubs. This is one of those good cards, right? That Giuseppe, you know, 40% of the deck, that's good for him. It goes for a quick check. 8 on the river. Giuseppe has missed, and Andres now has 2 pair. So does he bet and try and get called by a worse hand? Probably. Or does he check? I mean, we know Giuseppe has nothing. So if Andres knew that, he should check. Let Giuseppe bluff. He's never getting called by betting. But he doesn't have that info, so I don't fault him for betting, and it's just going to work, I think. I think it's just going to work. But at 10 million. Into 14 million is a pretty sizable bet as well. 22 left in the fields. Giuseppe folds. There you go. Andres takes it down. He's got to feel pretty confident. What's up, Shonu? Yeah, we are playing a home game later tonight. Let me pre-reg that as well, actually. I want to get it so that I'm pre-registered. So you guys can see me in the lobby. There's 4 of us registered right now. The password to play is Kappa. $5 buy-in. It starts in 2 hours and 40 minutes. And I'm in. Exclamation mark home game if you guys need details on that. Should be good. Will be good. All right, so we're looking down at Aaron here under the gun. Ace of clubs, 10 of spades. Decent hand. What's up, Gazo Bone? What's up with you today, man? What's new with you, dude? We are sweating a little bit of live poker action. Caribbean poker party. 2019. It's the final day of coverage. 22 left in the field. Working from home today, was watching Run It Up till I saw you were live. Cheers, man. Well, welcome, welcome. Thanks for tuning in. That Run It Up 24/7 channel is so successful, man. It's very smart by Run It Up and the team to do that. Because they're just like, hey, there's all this live footage. We don't have anything to do with it. So we're just going to put it out there and see if people watch. And they do. I mean, it around the clock has like 400, 500 viewers. It's got to be like top watch time in 2019, probably, channel on Twitch Poker. Pretty huge. But people will follow. I've followed as well. I've got my own 24/7 channel, which has quite a lot of watch time as well. And Jeff Gross has his own. And I've encouraged the rest of the team as well, once they've built up a big enough video library, to release their own, because it's a good thing to have your own poker story on your channel. You know, if you're offline for 2 days, 12 hours after you're offline, you should have your own content there for people to watch when they tune in, you know? Go to your channel, so I think people will follow. Ludo going to raise it up in the cutoff with ace-8. Ryan Reese looking down at ace-queen suited in the small blind. Just goes for an all-in here. 28 million. I don't think going to get action, but you never know. Ludo knows Ryan Reese is very aggressive. Knows he's capable of shoving quite a lot of hands here, so Ludo could make a call. It's quite close by the book. There it is. Increase of 5 million for Ryan Reese to 33 million. You have a wedding day yet from the coolest Jared. What's up, man? No, we don't have one yet. I wasn't ready this summer to fly to Italy and do research on a venue and stuff like that. Quit smoking. It was just a very stressful time. Like, I wasn't available to really do it, and work was very busy. So we're hoping this summer to take an 11 or 12 day sort of driving trips through southwestern Europe, like through a little bit of France and Spain and a bit of Portugal and maybe Italy as well, and kind of get the feel of different areas in that part of the world. And then once we sort of have an idea of like, okay, we want to have it in Italy, or we want to have it south of France or northwest of France, or wherever it is, Spain, Portugal, and then we'll be able to pick a spot a lot easier. It's just a little bit complex, man, because, you know, her family lives in England. My family lives all over Canada. You know, it's 5 hours for one part of the family to see the other family on the flight. So we need to book a venue and arrange a lot. It's just a big project, you know? We haven't got there yet. What's up, Sean H? Jamie, after watching your stream, I'm playing on Party Poker, but I'm struggling to find home games. Can you help me? So in the tournament area, you know, under category, and there's a bunch of categories, right? There's KO Series, Party Poker Million, Daily Specials. At the very bottom, there's Restricted. Turn that on, And then it is in the restricted section. It's a $5 buy-in. There's a few things that countries that can't play and stuff like that. I always forget. Yeah, exclamation mark HJ. Restricted in New Jersey, in .fr, .es, Czech Republic, and Sweden aren't available to play, as well as if you play on bwin. So there's a few places where it doesn't work, the home game. But yeah, there's an Imgur link as well to find it. Y'all are more considered than my wife and I were. We had the wedding 20 minutes from where we live. Family all over the United States. Said you either make it or you don't, from Woodward. Yeah, man. I mean, like, it's just hard, dude. There's... Because if we have it in Canada, our whole family has to fly like 9 or 10 hours. If we have it in the UK, my whole family has to fly anywhere from 12 to 9 hours. So why not have it somewhere that's going to be enjoyable as like a holiday or a destination for both families, as opposed to just doing it in the hometown of one or the other, you know? That's the thinking anyways, but... Whoa, Aaron with the flush, bro. Come on, Aaron. Ludo's got the top pair with the king kickers. So got to feel pretty good about his hand. And Philip Gruesom's got to feel okay too, honestly. Second pair, 9 of spades and some backup. Everyone's got a little piece of something here, so let's see how it plays out. Bet at 2.5 million.
Board with his top pair.
Understandably. I mean, Ludo's going to get the bad news. It's just, can he get away from his hand cheaply? Thanks, coolest Jared. Thanks, man. Hey, Jeremy. What's up, bro? Good evening, chat. Love these review sessions. Cheers. I'm enjoying them too, man. They're fun. I don't know what it costs for a wedding either, guys. I don't really know how that works. Like, what does it cost to host and cater a wedding for, let's say, like 45 people or something, you know? How much does that cost? What's like a minimum, and then what's like, how bougie can you get? Because my guess would be anywhere from like $6,000 or $7,000 up to like $60,000 or $70,000. So like that, 80 to 110 euro per person. Yeah, okay, so that's like the bottom then. 6-7K euro, something like that. 12 to 50, 15, 15, 15K, 18K. All right. All right. I didn't really know how it worked with destination weddings. Like, okay, are you buying everyone? Like, you're renting every hotel room and like all the flights, or do people do that themselves, or how does it work? Like, I don't know. I don't know how that works, man. I've never had a wedding before, chat. This is my first wedding. It's the first time I'm getting married, man. My wedding was probably closer to 45K, but my wife is Indian. Right, okay. Is a wedding a really big deal in India? People pay their own way in their hotel, okay. Bet the over on you spending 15K US on a wedding. Yeah. If I just set an arbitrary limit for myself, I'd be like, all right, the most I'll pay is like 30K. Like anything over that, it's just like, forget it, man. Let's just do it in the backyard. But like, if it was a really, really special event that both families would remember for a long time, I would pay 25K for it. That would be like my top kind of thing. And I would much prefer to be like 15K euro, like you're saying, you know, that's more where I'm like, okay, this is good. All right. Venue, food, drink, entertainment on that day. Everything else is on them. Yeah, slot chick. See, I hear you. I hear you on that. I don't think the price is going to dictate the valuable, like how valuable the moment is. I 100% agree. Okay, Aaron's going for some chips here. 18 million. Ludo very quickly folds. And the correct fold, but he knew, like, hey, if I get raised, it's always a better hand. So Aaron is chipping up to 99 million-ish, just a little bit below. 80 to 110 euros doesn't include the rental of the venue and dress and suits and all that stuff and flowers. Ooh, yeah. The wedding dress, the bridesmaid's dress, the tux or whatever it is that men wear to a wedding. All that, bro. I think Rebecca and I, like, I would guess we're pretty chill on it, though. You know, like, probably won't do the grooms and bridesmaids thing and, like, I don't know. I'm not particularly religious personally, chat, so it's, to me, it's, I just would prefer everyone has a great time instead of following the formal structure of how weddings are supposed to go. So I think a very relaxed afternoon, outdoor vibe on the Italian coast, and then have some great times after would be great for me. That'd be nice. This Ludo guy plays not too bad from Larmar. 100%. Ludo's very good at poker. A well-known poker pro. He's been around the game quite a bit. Raised to 2,400 from Andres under the gun +1. Aaron, the cutoff is going to call as well. 2.4 million. Giuseppe in the big blind. 10-4 offsuit. Not a great hands. Yeah, going to fold. Even for a min raise, I think you just fold 10-4 there. Have an all-inclusive tropical wedding maybe where a lot of the stuff is included. Yeah, I'd like to do that, but instead of it being in the Caribbean or Mexico, have it be sort of in Italy. Being Italy or south of France or Spain, something like that. So just a European sort of kind of thing like that. I don't know. We'll see what we can find. We're hoping to go on that 12-day road trip at some point in August and do a bit of research, you know, kind of like the summer vacation. Yeah, I think the courthouse marriage and then party after is going to be much more what we do as well. I think that'll be how it works, you know, like get married on paper before officially, and then you don't have to deal with all the legal stuff. You know, you have a little ceremony, the vows, what have you, whatever. I don't know how it works, man. I don't know how it works. Get married in Italy with close family, parents, and siblings. Have a blessing in Harrogate with the English scum. Whoa, Blued. Hey, don't be calling the English scum, man. What you on about? Then you fly to Canada and have another blessing. Blessings, man. I don't know what blessing. I just be blessed. That's all we need. We don't need double blessings. We don't. Already too blessed, honestly. Too much blessage. Too much. Moving on. Philip Grusin. Jack 6 is going to be a fold. Bless up. That's it, third pan. First wedding was 120 people. Whoa. Ended up being like 20K. I think this was back in 2008, so no idea. From Heart Pineapple. Yeah, I think our wedding will be just like immediate family and then like maybe a couple friends. That's kind of it. Well, no, like aunts and uncles and cousins and immediate family and then a few friends. That's how I guess it would be, but who knows? Giuseppe's going to bet 1.2 million. We're on camera. T-Tours. We're on camera. Photos. Click, click, click. That was a little slide out too. Ooh. All right, Ludo's going to call the bet with Jack 10. A little float here. I mean, he's correct in that Giuseppe doesn't have a pair, but Giuseppe is ahead, so I guess it's kind of a value bet on the flop.
Giuseppe. Reaching for chips once more. 2.6 million. Now, of course, Ludo has to call.
Ludo is thinking about it. Thinking about it with the Jack 10. Do I call here? The open ender? Do I raise? What's the deal?
All right.
Raised to 9 million.
Upstairs.
Some gangster moves from Ludo here. Floating, putting in the raise on the turn. Giuseppe has the best hand. He's going to have to fold. What are you going to do? I mean, Giuseppe's got to think Ludo can have an 8 here. Ludo can have a king here. Ludo can have a 9 here. Like, you can't call here, Giuseppe. Yeah, he folds. Ludo making some boss moves. Back up to 101 million. Getting some swagger back. I like to see it, man. Good. Good, good, good. Have fun in today's commentary, Poker Tables, and in the MTTs afterwards. Crush it. Thank you, man. Thank you, thank you. Looking forward to the KO Series day as well. It's going to be fun. We're going to play those on the side, the home game, all the things, man. It's going to be a good day. Doing a chili cook-off tomorrow. Going to try and get creative and make an Indian chili. Sounds delicious. So good. With ace king, you can only call that raise. Yeah, you don't want to go all in, that's for sure. Because your opponent is saying, hey, I got the nuts, or I'm bluffing you. So when you have anything that isn't the nuts, and even with the nuts, you probably just call and let them bluff, you know? 600K, 1.2 million. And 1.2 million is the ante. We continue on here. 21 left in the field. Go down at Aaron. He's got the playground poker hat from the US of A. Ace 9 offsuit. It's a little wide. I'd fold here for sure.
Aaron. +1. Ace 9.
But he's going to give it a go.
Raising up.
Peter Jetton folds. From Canada, playground is Montreal. Well, it has the American flag beside his face. So I'm guessing Aaron is American, but the playground, of course, in Montreal. But I feel like descendant of America. Aaron takes it. Raise and take it easy, easy, easy. Is that a normal size ante for this tournament? Seems big. So it's not actually an ante for everyone at the table. It's a single ante. So I think it's a big blind ante. It might be a button ante. So it's only paid by one person at the table. It just makes it simpler. This is all the rage now in tournaments. Instead of like the dealer having to collect 8, it just makes it so that people miss their ante less. It's faster, etc. So there you go. You see Ryan Reese has put out the ante for the whole table. And then next up it'll be Aaron, etc. Aaron is from Dallas, Texas originally. Oh, cool. He does look like a Texas man. The beard, he's got a sharp jaw, man. I get Army vibes from Aaron. I also get Dallas, Texas. I see it. I see it. Just started poker in the small money, but you have any good tips for a beginner? Love your channel. XAN. Thank you. Thank you. Good luck on your poker journey. So poker, like what they say about poker, an easy game to learn, a hard game to master is true. There's endless poker advice. I'm still learning every day. So it's not like a clear path of you do this step, this step, this step, this step, and then you're good. Like there's a million pieces of advice I could give to you. The advice I'd say is be patient. That's where most people go wrong. They play too high stakes too quickly, want to get excited by the money they're playing for quickly. They're playing against opponents are too good, and they get discouraged. So just like take it slow, be patient, enjoy your journey, try a bunch of different games, and then over time you'll continue to improve and hopefully succeed financially or have a good time. So that's what I'd recommend, man. Cheers, cheers. Watch Twitch Poker. Twitch Poker is a good spot. I think in poker as well, one of the things that's interesting and is important is you need to learn what you know and learn what you don't know, right? Which may sound like a bit of wordplay, but just come to understand the whole game. Understand some of the terms in it and how it works, and come to recognize, like, I don't understand what that means. Like, what does he mean when he says range? What does he mean when he says range advantage? What does he mean when he says, you know, turn bet? Like, all of these different things, you need to learn, like, I don't get that. I don't understand that concept, but I know it exists, right? That's important. So I think Twitch and YouTube are so good at exposing the concepts that you need to learn and start to, like, show you the whole picture of poker as a game. So I think that's good, man. Condees is dropping the follow. Thank you, Condees. Also, can I get some love just out of my own heart, actually? You guys don't have to do anything. Full circle stopper. Thanks for the compliment, man. Thank you. All right, Ludo's going to raise it up 2.7 million. Aaron with the king 6. Let's go in the big blinds. I think you could call there, though, as well. I think I'd call if I was Aaron. It's close, though, with king 6 offsuit. It's not great. It's not very fun out of position either to a player like Ludo, but you are getting a good price. Chipping up. I really hope Ludo does well here. I hope so. And I don't know the result, to be honest. I remember reporting on it, so I may have it in the back of my mind somewhere, but not on the top of my head. So I've always been curious how people that make a living playing poker handle finances. Do you pay yourself a salary from your bankroll, essentially? Obviously, somewhat different for you as a content creator, but just curious. It is very diverse. Different people have different approaches and different, you know, ideas about how to handle it. Gonzo Bone. Because there's a bunch of different ways of doing it. I've never paid myself a salary. I've never been like, this is poker money, this is life money. Because I have never needed much money in real life to actually have to budget. I've never had a dependent. I've never had a child, never had a mortgage, right? You know, I had rent later on in my career when I was successful enough that I wasn't sweating rent. And when I first started, I was just living at home with my parents. So I had no spend at all. So I've never had to like pay myself a salary and budget that way and keep the money separate. Some people do. I think for people that have been playing a long time and are successful, it's maybe a bit overkill. Peter Jetten's going to call in a big blind here, by the way. Ace-9, Ace-Jack. It's a tough one. This is interesting. It'll depend what the flop is here. So, yeah. That's it for me. That's it for me, but... 10-8-7. Very interesting here. This is probably going to be all in from Peter Jetten, but I'm curious as to if Philip Gruesome bets. It'll probably be a bet call, honestly. Philip Gruesome. There's 7.4 million in the pot. He has 2 overcards and a gut shot draw, right? So if he wants to continue, he's definitely going to be priced into calling against a short stack in Peter Jetten, who is 9.5 million. If he checks back, his life gets very difficult on the turn. And Peter Jetten's got to think like, hey, I flopped an open ender. I have ace high, which is the best hand a lot of the time. I'm ahead of some random spade draws. I have a backdoor spade draw. This is probably a bet shove. Bet of 2.7. Peter Jetten, I think, is going to go all in, and Philip Gruesome's got a call. So I think Peter Jetten's going to need help here to survive with 30%. Let's see if he does elect to go for the shove. That's what I would do in this situation. All in call. Yeah, quickly all in and call here. We're sweating it. Ace-9, Ace-Jack. And Peter Jetten has 30% to stay in this tournament. Needs a jack or a 6 to stay alive, or are we going to be down to 19 players? 10 on the turn. Changes nothing. Jack or 6 on the river. 7 out. 16% for Peter Jetten, or he's going home. 1 card to come. Oh, it's a 7! There's chop outs! It's a chop! 7s and 10s with an ace kicker. Same hands. Oh, I forgot the chop outs, man. 7 or an 8. There's 6 chop outs there. Wow. 7 outs to win, 6 outs to chop. That's it for Peter Jetten. He gets it done, though. Still alive in the tournament. It's good. Are you practicing your commentating by streaming this? Well, I guess that's an effect of it. I didn't start it to practice my commentating. I already, listen, man, I'm being a little arrogant here, but I already think I'm good at commentating, man. I got it. I'm in. I'm good. But I just thought it'd be entertaining for people to watch, you know?
Aaron and Ludo still lead
I thought it'd be cool. So, and I actually have things that I can commentate now, and that Party Poker sort of giving me the green light, like, hey, yeah, if you want to, like, go over some of these clips on your channel and, like, restream them and give your take, go for it. So it's like, all right, sweet. We've got some really high-level, interesting poker, high-stakes poker. I can give my thoughts. Like, let's do it. And that's it. What's the name of the podcast with Daniel so I can listen to it on the way home? Weekly Poker Showdown. It is on Spotify. It's on iTunes and is also on YouTube. It's on all three of those. I put out a tweet this morning about it. Giuseppe's gonna raise it up to $3.5 million.
Raising under the gun.
Some hot off the press news coming in for you guys as well, man. Some hot off the press news. Let me just take you there for a second, right?
Let's find out.
We have a new member of Party Poker Team Online joining us on Sunday. Here he is. Any ideas who he is? That's all you get, chat. That's all you get. The teaser is out.
Giuseppe very tricky plays.
We do have a new teammate coming in hot. I'll let you guys speculate.
Gonna raise fold enough hands from under the gun for that sizing.
Philip Gruesome is all in with the sevens here. Beautiful hand in the big blinds. Gonna take it down. Oh wait, no, it's back on Aaron. Aaron could call. I mean, it's possible. 1.2 million is the big blind, so Philip Gruesome is all in for 19 blinds here. And Aaron has to decide, do I call for the rest of it?
22, 8. So about 19 to me, 19.
So I can double up to 50, roughly 50.
Aaron calls for King Jack. Phil has
50k is
Ace Jack, Ace King.
even better.
Doesn't ever have a worse hand than King Jack.
Aaron seems like he wants to call. I mean, it's a close spot for him, right? King Jack suited is pretty decent, so. But he does let it go.
I double up to 60.
I don't blame him. I would fold as well with King Jack suited, but. He did say who he is, so another clue, not a female. That's what they said in the tweet, man. That's what they said. Hey, cannot confirm nor deny the gender of the person joining us on the team.
If I know what to say.
Under the gun raise, I have a little bit something, you know.
Well, I figure you do when he's the one raising 3.5 and you still
800K, 1.6 million with a 1.6 million single ante at the table. Blinds are going up. Action is going to be going in here. Can you make the table sound a bit louder? I can't. I wish I could, dude. The problem is there's commentary over top. So when the commentators talk, we talk over each other. It doesn't work. So in the future, I need a clean feed. But that's why we have it so low without the table banter. Because I'll be talking about this like Andres has 8s under the gun. Probably going to raise here. And then at some point, we're going to have the commentator extraordinaire come in and start saying the same thing I just said. And it doesn't work, man. Unfortunately.
+1.
There it is.
Raising up here.
We can't work off each other, man. How am I supposed to work off your vibe if I don't know when you're going to talk, man? That's the problem.
Man, I'm just
So we got to keep it low. We got to keep it chill. We try and turn it up when like we can see the players are talking or whatever. And in the future, hopefully we'll get clean feeds to where there's no commentary on top, so we can just give it a go. Yep. That's the sitch, man. That's how it is right now. Andres taking down a pot there, 64.5 million. But I understand it's like probably a little bit deafening how quiet it is in here at times. So if you guys want to put your own music on the side, you know, load up your Spotify, your iTunes, or whatever it is that you listen to music on, and you can mix the volume a little bit, it would help. I'm not playing it right now because we're going to upload these on YouTube, and I don't want any of that sound going over. So there is, I believe, 20 players left, Gonzo Bone. This is the last day of the stream. I think there's 20 players left. I'll get an update in a second. 19 left, actually. Let me move my camera to the other side. 19 out of 948 remaining in the tournament. Exclamation mark payouts. You can get the details on what we're playing for here. I don't know if we have the final table payouts in those yet, but big time dollars on the line, man. Big time. Aaron in the hijack with Jack 10 of hearts. All right, so we have the payouts up to 10th place, but we'll get the payouts to the final table whenever you get a chance at it, if you could. It's 100,000 for 10th, you know. Everyone's guaranteed 50K right now. There's some money on the line. It's chunky. 19 left, Ed. 19 left right now. And in this 9-hour broadcast, we'll get to a finalist. But we won't today. We're going to get to a finalist tomorrow on the stream, so there's no rush on it either. Aaron's going to raise it up in the hijack to 3.2 million. Philip Gruesome now on the dealer button with 9-8 suited. I mean, normally a beautiful looking hand. Unfortunately, they have each other's cards that they're looking for. Philip Gruesome is all in. I think Aaron's going to fold again, though. I mean, he can't really call here. Philip Gruesome all in for 19 blinds. That's a lot. And Aaron, I mean, has jack high, so.
Yeah.
It's so good if you bust him. Like.
Yeah, the next one we just go with it.
And then you can open race the whole time. Nobody's gonna ever go in,
Exactly.
you know?
He's been warned.
Yeah.
He's been warned.
Yeah. You're on notice, buddy.
Alright, Aaron's got the same hand again. Jack.
Yeah, there it is. Jack 10 of spades for Aaron. Once again.
There you go. You're going to get a quick early chance at it.
Gonna give it a go one more time. Peter Jetton with the Queen 7 is going to let it go. Now, he's only got about 8 blinds here, so he needs to make something happen quickly. Philip Gruesome in the cutoff with 8-5 of hearts. It's not it. Giuseppe out with the 5 deuce. Ludo out as well. Now to the big blinds. Looking down at Queen 8. I think a reasonable hand to defend here. Because it's only 1.6 million into a pot of 7.2 million. And Queen 8 is okay. You know, it's not like, it's not the same as 8-3. It's better than that. So, it's a call from the Queen 8. We're going to a flop. Jack 9-5. Aaron with the top pair. 10 of spades. Andres with a gut shot here. So, Aaron has a couple choices. Aaron could bet, but it's also a reasonable hand to check as well. You don't mind controlling the size of the pot with this specific hand? Queen 8 over 8-3, dropping these knowledge bombs on us, Jamie. Dude, exclusive info on which hands are better. Coming to you live from the Poker Staples channel. Free of charge, chat. You get that for free. You're welcome, Sherlock. You're welcome. Okay, so now in an ace of spades in the turn. Andres still just has the gutter. Aaron now has a flush shot to go along with his jack. He may not like the ace of spades, but we can see he's still comfortable. Ace on the ends. Another good card for Aaron. He's thinking like, okay, pretty unlikely my opponent has an ace. He has a good like bluff catching hand against a bet from Andres. This is pretty good. But is Andres going to bluff? Nope, it's a check. Action on Aaron now. Who's got to think, can I get a worse hand to call me here? We know Andres isn't going to call with Queen 8. But Aaron's thinking like, hey, is it possible for Andres to have a 5 and find a call? Or a 9? Or a worse kicker Jack? You know, that, like, is there any way I can get a worse hand to pay us here? He's going to try. Bet 6 million. Now action is back on Andres, who I assume is going to fold here pretty quickly. Yeah, let's go.
He was getting called. He was getting called. He was getting snapped when he pushed all in on that hand.
Kings or queens?
No, it wasn't.
Queen 10?
Wasn't that good, but he's getting snapped. Yeah.
But the Tom meant check. No, no, no.
I have the exact same hand, just different suits. Same 2 hands in a row. I was like, okay, I'm not folding this one.
Wow. What do you have?
You'll see.
Did the Tom go check?
Yes.
You'll see.
Looks like kings or queens.
He does it. He says
I think Aaron likes the Jack 10 suited, man. That's a big smile for the Jack 10 suited there. Is there a strat to looking at your cards right before you fold them, or is it just like checking your memory, make sure? Yeah, I think it's like checking your memory, like make sure you're doing the right thing. Like, I'm pretty sure this is what I have. I'll double check. Yep, okay, that's what I have. I'm out. It's what I do too, you know? I also, the same thing when I have really big hands. You know, like when someone shoves all in the turn, you take a quick look, make sure I call, you know. You don't want to make a dumb mistake and be like, oh, I thought I had 7s and I actually had 8s. And instead of calling off with a full house, I'm calling off with 4th pair and I'm out of the tournament. Which I've actually done that before in live poker. I was playing a cash game, right? And I had something like 7s or 8s or something like that, right? And I raise an early position and I get a call from like a really loose, wild character playing 1-2 cash game. I don't remember exactly how deep I am or the bet sizings or anything, but I probably have a 500 stack and they have similar. Okay, so flop comes, you know, 8, queen, 3, let's say, right? And, oh, no, it came actually 8, 8, queen, which is even worse. Because I think I have 8s. I think I just flop quads, right? So I'm just like, okay, how do I get all the money? And I go for like a small bet and they call. And then the turn's like a jack, right? I'm like, okay, sweet. I go for a bigger bet and they call. And then the river is whatever. I don't even remember. And I go for an all-in shove. And they think for a long time and they call. And so I'm like, I got quads. Turn it over. And I see I have 7s. And I was like, oh, I thought I had quads. I have 7s and 8s. And the worst part was that my opponent had something like 2nd or 3rd pair. Like basically made a hero call to call down. You know, they had the equivalent of like Jack 10 or something like that. And they're like, oh, I got a Jack. It's good, you know. So basically I doubled the guy up. And ever since then, even like when I'm pretty sure I have aces, I do a double check before I quickly call with like nutted type hands, you know. Peter Jetton is all in for 13 million here. Folds around to Aaron in the big blind. I think it's going to get through. And there it is, Peter Jetton. Getting some much-needed chips, sitting on 17 million now. I called a shove in a tourney last week when I thought I had a straight, but I had king 8, not king 9, from Chrisman 77. All right. That is painful, man. But you learn from it, don't you? You do. 4-4 should be banned in poker as it looks too much like ace-ace. It does, actually, Polluted. I get tricked all the time with that, man. Aaron looks like a fusion with Nacho Vidal and Jurgen Klopp. I do see the Jurgen Klopp. I don't know who Nacho Vidal is, though. I'm going to have to look it up. I see the Jurgen. Spanish. Oh, my God, man. A Spanish pornographic performer? Come on, man. Don't trigger me like that, K3KO. He looks like Liverpool's manager. That's where we'll leave it. Enough. Keko, come on, man. Jeez, dude. What are you doing to me, man?
tuck it in to see a flop. I'd like to see Ludo go a little bit bigger, raising into this big blind. When he's playing this stack size, he's got a lot of pressure on, fold a lot of hands.
Peter Jetton has flopped trips here against Ludo, who has 10-8 of clubs.
3-1 club.
Gecko, I haven't had enough. I think even more importantly, live poker needs to switch to 4-color decks. No reason not to. Yeah, dude, it's just like the old. It's the old guard that are like, oh, I don't like that color. It's always been this way. I agree with you though. 4-color deck is so much better. It's just so much easier to see. I like the green and the blue. It's nice, especially if you do it well. Run it up's 4-color deck cards I really like. And it's bet shove from Peter Jetton. Takes it down. As the short stack, Ludo can't call with that hand. Might regret betting, though. He might be like, oh, man, I wish I could see a turn. The 2 overs in the gutter. But thankfully for him, he didn't because he was way behind. And we continue on here. Whoa. You all right, man? Hang on there. We almost lost him. Whoa. Thank you all very much for joining me today. It's a fun day. Exciting day. We're going to be playing some KO series on the side. In fact, I'm actually going to get my first KO series tournament going here. We also have a home game going on tonight. So we're going to play that. I'm going to try and beat all of you guys on the felt. Should be fun. I like my chances, chat. Okay. Bring the heat. So come at me. And we're playing a $530 knockout series later tonight. We're playing more Omaha knockout series as well, so it should be really fun. Here's my table. I'm going to move it off to the side because we're on no delay, so I can't show you. But we're going to keep it going. Uh-oh. Andres is in trouble here. Raises up the 9s in the hijack, and Aaron, on the dealer button, looks down at aces in position. Uh-oh. Didn't Jetton cheat a whole bunch of pros on money by installing a program on pros' laptops when allowed them to see their cards? I don't think that was Peter Jetton. No. I think you're confusing him with someone else. Unless I'm not in the loop. But my understanding is that there's nothing wrong with his reputation. Like, he was a friend with Durr and a bunch of people. I think... yeah, no, I think you have the wrong person there, Rascal HS. Unless I'm behind the times and I don't know. What's the next home game? Today, my friend. 2 hours from now on Party Poker. Aaron 3 bets. Oh, man. Andres shoves. Shoving a call 9s against aces. Oh, my goodness. Andres has risked it all. It's a 114 million chip pot. And Aaron's got the absolute nuts. It's a massive pot. 114 million in the middle. Oh, man. This is brutal for Andres. I mean, a really difficult spot with 9s. It's got like 37 blinds. Ace in the flop, and that's basically it. Needs running 9s to survive here. And that's it. Dead on the turn. Andres is out of the tournament. GG in 18th position. Aaron with a massive pot. 162 million in his stack. Huge. Oh, that's ruthless. Andres Nemeth, the Hungarian, is out of the tournament in 19th position. It's a big shove too. Can he do something else for 38 blinds? Can he just call the 3-bet? I don't know. It's one of those ones where it's going to be profitable to shove 9s. But then also you got to consider, like, hey, is just calling going to be more profitable, especially against, you know, not an internet young gun, like a 40-plus-year-old guy in a live tournament? Like, perhaps it's better to go for the call. It's a tough one, man, you know. Who am I to say? It's easy when you can see the whole cards, that's for sure, chat, but maybe there's a way to just flat their pre. I think my standard would be to just call. I don't think you can ever fold pre-flop. I think you always have to call or shove.
Ludo, ace three of diamonds. Now playing 600.
Ludo under the gun with the ace-3 of diamonds here. He is going to raise it up to 3.2 million. Can't treat every hand like you're going up against ace-ace every time. That is true, Gonzo Bone. 100%, man. You don't want to be over adjusting or too results oriented just because we saw aces this time. And I will say that I think shoving all in with nines is going to make money in the long run there. So you're not losing money, but I think it's probably worse than just calling. That's my guess.
Not much gone his way.
Password is Kappa, Cleefy98 for the home game. Kappa. Anyways, we're going to a flop. Jack 10, 6, 2 hearts, Giuseppe with the open ender, and Ludo
Have some of that, Ludo.
with the ace high and backdoor diamonds. Giuseppe's all in, and Ludo's going to fold in a second, obviously. Martin Jen, I feel the same. Yeah, I feel the same. 18 left in the fields. And payout pressure is starting to become relevant. I mean, it's not a lot, but it's also not nothing either, I don't think.
No, I don't have as good of a
The only guy who has no complaint is him.
Zero in the world. I just say it.
No, he was complaining about you three.
Oh yeah.
Ryan Reese under the gun here with the nines.
Ryan. 16 bigs, pocket nines.
No, you were complaining.
About other people complaining.
Not doubling up to 50 million.
Anybody is here in the Bahamas.
That was like a
No, I said, wow, it's great. Next time I double to 60.
They got issues.
Aaron's got to be so happy here, man. Sitting on 161 million, 17 left, like cruising, nice stack, just a huge pot. Imagine how that would feel, chat. I can feel it right now. I've never been in that position in a huge event like this where you're talking huge money up top. I don't know if it's over $1 million, but I think it is. But like, man, I can't imagine. I can't imagine. I'm imagining right now, but it would just be surreal, I think. Ludo in the big blind with 10-8 offsuit. There it is, 1.3 million for the win. Second place is $1 million as well. Third place 830K. Fourth place 650. Fifth is $500,000. Sixth is 350. Seventh 250. Eighth is 180, and then ninth 140. 11th and 10th is 100K. All right, and I'm just gonna let you guys read the rest. We're down to 17. So Ludo calls with the 10-8 in the big blind. Ryan Reese with the nines. He's under the gun, so has a stronger range in this position. I think the standard is to bet, and he should. He's going to run into all sorts of sixes from Ludo, all sorts of fives from Ludo, all sorts of club draws and straight draws that he can get value from with his nines. And he also just has a stronger range, so betting is the right move. We can see Ludo has nothing, so it's just going to be a fold. But even though on that ace-high flop, he doesn't have to be too concerned. Of course, it's possible he's behind, but it's not going to happen that often. What's up, Philosopher Stoned? Welcome back. Welcome back, man. Hey, Jamie. Hey, chat. Happy weekend to everybody. Go Ludo. Here it is, man. We will be finishing this tournament, broadcasting it on the channel in the next 2 days. Today we've got... What do we got here? We've got about 7 hours left in the broadcast, so we'll probably do about another 3 hours today, and then finish it off tomorrow with all the way to the end. 17 left. So final 2 tables, I guess, right? Yeah. Or is it 8-handed tables or 9-handed tables? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think it's 8-handed. So we're actually on a bubble of a table combining, I think. If I'm not mistaken. Philip Gruesome with the cutoff is going to raise it up with the A6, which I think is on the edge, but correct, especially given the button, excuse me, the dealer button, who seems to be playing kind of tight and a little bit unconventional at times. So I think you can raise up an A6 in that situation. Why are you not playing this tournament, Jamie? I am a streamer, man. Anytime I go to a live tournament, my channel remains vacant for 10 to 12 days. So it's not worth it for me, to be honest, because my channel just gets smaller every time I go. So I'm not interested in really doing that in the short term, although I love live poker. I really enjoy it. I think it's a lot of fun. But I got to prioritize this channel and Party Poker Team Online over traveling all over the world for live tournaments, you know? But I'm not slowing down online poker. Lazy Speed Gonzalez, that's not true. I'm just going to hopefully do the first couple hours of broadcast live and then switch to online later in the day. It's been a really busy time since... So I took 11 days off with family, as you guys know, in January to meet up with them and like have a proper vacation. And then since I've come back, I've been sort of catching up with Party Poker Team Online stuff. You know, like a lot of contract stuff, getting that settled and sorted, and meetings and projects and stuff. So it's just been heavy on those behind the scenes things, but we're getting through them to free up a bit more time to just get more time on camera, you know? So that's the situation, dude.
Alright, we're down to the final 16. You hear the guys discussing there. It's not going to be a redraw. We're just going to break the table like any other. So, no break. Other than this very short one. As we
Ludovic Geilich on 88.9 million. Aaron Van Blarkum, 162 million, 102 blinds. I mean, basically double second place here in a beautiful spot. And we have quite a lot of short stacks, actually. Philip Gruesome on 24 blinds, Ryan Reese on 17, Giuseppe on 17, and Peter Jetten on 14. So it's a very interesting mix here. I think they're on the bubble of combining tables, which is why there's a little bit of a pause here. It either could be redrawing so we get some new players in or something like that. We'll see what happens here. But a very interesting lineup. I mean, it's nice to broadcast this whole tournament because we've seen the story from the start all the way to the end. At least I have. I don't know how many of you have been here for all of these streams, right? But it's like really coming to a head now. It makes it rewarding as we get down to the final. Like, I appreciate it more, you know? We'll see what happens, but appreciate you guys hanging out. We are going to finish this tournament tomorrow. And I hope we get to the final table in this broadcast. I don't know when exactly that's going to happen, but I'd like to. As we get a nice shot of the trophy there on the side. Spinning out to the field here. Whoa. All right, rebalance is in, which means we should be down to 16. I see Big Honey on the table there. I see Ice Splash Cranberries beside him as well. I see Scott from the East Coast of Canada there. Scott on a bunch of chips. It's a nice sort of lineup we got going on here. Nice situation. And there's the rest of the room. Another tournament. Oh, no, that is the main event information up there. Ryan Reese might be getting moved out to the field. I'm not sure what's happening. And is that Alex Foxen? It looks like Alex Foxen. Still in the tournament. I don't have the official details on leaderboard because this is, of course, not happening right now in real life. But are you playing any tournament online today from Phoenix80? Yes, I am. This is a good time to plug it as well. Party Poker home game going on today. All right, so it's on Party Poker. It's a $5 buy-in. The details you need are in the chat. You can type !home game. There's restrictions for a few countries as well, like if you're in France or Spain or New Jersey or Sweden or Czech Republic, or if you play on BWin instead of Party, you're unable to play. But most places can play. There's a $25 bounty on my head. There's also Twitch Open tickets, so $11 tickets added to the whole final table of today's home game. So that's an extra $88 added as well. So it's a pretty good value tournament. And all the details you need to play are in the chat. It starts at 1 hour and 40 minutes from now, with some late registration. So you got time. Should be fun. I don't understand. It says late reg ending in 1 minute for tourneys, but players keep joining for about 30 minutes. Is there no way of jumping straight into the action? From Cameron. Well, it might say... What you may mean is it's saying registering in 1 minute and then late registration for a certain amount of time. So, for example, well, I have my lobby filtered, but let me change it here, right? So I'm going to move the lobby in just for a second, right? So here's my party poker, okay? So here, this tournament is in late registration, which means it's already started, but you can still get into the tournament even though it's already started for this amount of time, 1 hour 40 or 55 minutes, okay? These ones are registering, which means they haven't started yet. So that's basically how it's split up. If you're kind of new to how the system works, in every tournament online, there's a period where you can still get in even after it's started, but you're still in the action right away. Cameron Griffin. That way, like if you miss the start of my home game, for example, and we've already started, you can still get in like up to 1 hour late because you're not at that much of a disadvantage, and it allows people flexible time to get in and play the tournament, is the idea. Hello, Jamie. Live poker can help the stream with the right communication and some vlogging, recap of the day, poker highlights, a view of the plays. I'm sure it can be a positive for the stream and social media overall. Don't close that door. From Mr. Nice TSP. Yeah, the door is not closed, dude. The door is not closed, but the math usually does not check out, to be honest. And I've thought about it quite a bit. As we have William Blaze moving into the table here. New player to the table. Haven't seen him play yet from Canada. What's up, William Blaze? Back in action. So don't get me wrong, like, going to live events is better than doing nothing. But the math, at least from my perspective, and if I'm thinking about how to, like, best help party poker and grow poker in general, I stream on Twitch, and let's say, like, we have an average viewership of 1,000 for the day. Sometimes 500, sometimes 3,000 when we're in huge spots, like let's say an average of 1,000, okay? And we stream that for 8 hours. That means there's going to be 8,000 hours of online poker watched, right? Which is a lot. 8,000 hours of party poker being watched in a day. So that's really valuable. You know, like that's pretty easy to understand how that is going to generate money for a poker site, how that's going to earn income for myself as well, and that 8,000 hours has been spent watching me. So that's like very clear, you know? When I go to a live event, of course you're putting out tweets, which are going to get impressions. You're going to put out videos, which are going to get views on YouTube, or going to get some watch time. Instagram posts. You're going to meet people in person, develop in-depth relationships. Like, there's all these things. But that 8,000 hours usually dwarfs the other, which is not the answer anyone wants. Of course, everyone would prefer to like just fly around the world and play poker tournaments, but it's less valuable. I really believe that. I just think it's less valuable than streaming, dude. But the door is still open. I will say that, you know. Just tuned in, watched the last 20 minutes or so. Muted. Which KO series are you planning to play tonight? I am in event 25M, Miro, the 55 KO right now. We're going to be playing the 320 8-max, the 55 8-max, the 109 Omaha, the 530 6-4 mix max, and the 109 6-4 mix max. That's it. So we'll see you in the KO series tonight.
No, I know
Ludo considering here with the 9s. We can see Ludo has the best hand. And Peter Jetton with a gut shot.
That's 425.
Maybe about 4.5 million. Action back on Peter Jetton now. We assume it's just going to fold here as a pure gut shot. It's a pretty risky shove, right? It's like a big risk. So I'm assuming this is just a fold, but he seems to be considering something. We'll see. But no. He's capped his cards. Okay, I wasn't sure if he just called there or what, because I saw some chips go in. Negreanu just retweeted the podcast we did together, so I was just checking that out. Thanks, Daniel. Again, dude. Getting the word out about it. That's very cool. He's really thinking about this. I mean, if Peter Jetton goes for a shove, huge respect. But he folds. Ooh, he was really thinking about something, man. Damn. Ludo taking it down with the 9s. That was a little bit of a sweat there for a second. Ludo had to sweat that for a moment. Damn. All right. Remember the bad beat you got at EPT Barcelona? Just watched it. Yeah, dude. It wasn't a bad beat for what it's worth. It was, I mean, it's fair, right? But it was set over set, like final 60 or 50 or whatever, on pretty short stacks too. Like, and that tournament over $1 million for first as well. It's pretty disappointing, you could say, man. Definitely pretty disappointing. Oh, Phil's having a really bad day. No. Oh, Phil Galfon, please. No, Phil's having a bad day. All right. Dang it. I really want Phil Galfon to win this challenge. Okay. Anyways, back on the task at hand. Alex is going to raise it up here. Alex Fox, and the #1 rated tournament poker player in the world, based on GPI points. 3.2 million, and now Ryan Reese sitting on 28 million here. Probably just going to be an all-in situation. The big blind is 1.6 million, so this is about a 17 blind shove. Please touch the mic more. Right. Sorry. I want to move it right in front of my face. Do you guys hear it when I touch it? Like, is it really bad? Is it really bad? Or is it okay? Ryan Reese is all in. I could just leave it, but I'm a perfectionist, man. I want good sound quality for you guys. I don't want to be like right here, and then I go over here, and then you can't hear me. And then I'm talking the same, and then it's just like we're coming back, and then it's okay, and then it's gone, and then it's gone, and then it's gonna, you know, it's just like I want it to be right in front of my face. I want it to just move like all around like this, man. That's what I want. Hear a bass sound, it freaks me out. I think someone is in my house. All right. Is it true? Chat, confirm, please. Someone confirm this person's report. That the bass is real bad when I touch it. It's so hard. I've got an obsession. Wrong. Confirmed. Oh, man. Okay, so we've got different situations here. Some people confirm, some people wrong. It's really hard not to touch it, man. It's super hard. Real. Confirm. Oh, I want to move it. I want to move it right now. Am I allowed to move it, chat? Can I move it? Or do I have to leave it? Because I want to move it. Can we do this or not? You do you, Jamie. You can move it. Okay. There. That's it. I'm not going to touch it for a while. That's it. You're staying here. You're not moving. Sure, you're staying right there. Okay. uh. Aaron, with the Ace Jack of Hearts, going to raise it up to 4 million here, which is a big raise, by the way. It's really big. I mean, a min raise is 3.2 million, unless I missed the blinds going up here, as we're down to 16. Maybe I did miss a blind increase here. Let's see. Philip folds over to William in the big blinds. No, he's got 1.6 out there, so this is just a big raise from Aaron. William's going to call. So we're going to a flop here. Final 16 payouts. Let me see if I can get that. 16th. Oh, we're still at 50K, so we're actually on the bubble of a $15,000 bubble here. It's going to go from 50K to 65,000 when we're down to 15. So that is chunky, actually. That's a chunky jump. King 6-7 to the flop. William has the top pair. Aaron bets. And William, I think the standard move is to just call here. They're both pretty deep, right? They have a lot of chips. And with King 3, you don't want to play a massive pot. It would be nice to like prevent diamond draws and straight draws from seeing cheap cards, but the risk reward is not worth it. So just call is the right move. He does, and we're going to go to a turn. Those nice golden chips are 5 million as well. Whew, what a dream. 6 on the turn. So this helps neither player. But this is a better card for William than it is for Aaron. You may ask, like, why is that true? And it's because William, who's in the big blind, has all sorts of 6s that he's going to call in the big blind, right? So let's go back before the flop. There's a raise from Aaron. Aaron's got to worry about 3 people behind him. In the big blind, there's no one left. All you have to do is you have to call a small raise. So you're going to call with a hand like 6-4 suited, 6-5 suited, of course 6s, but like 6-7 suited, 6-7 offsuit, 6-8 suited, 6-9 suited, king deuce suited. Whereas Aaron, in the cutoff with 3 people behind, he's not going to look down at like king 6 offsuit and be like, oh, I raise, right? So William actually has more of those 6s in his range of hands than Aaron does by preflop raising. That's why the 6 is a good card for William as opposed to Aaron. That doesn't really matter because William had a king, so it's not like he wanted to lead out or anything, and Aaron just had nothing. Just ace high. Oh, really good check by Aaron, too, not getting a bet in there. But that's kind of what people talk about when there's good or bad cards for someone's range or for a certain player. It's not necessarily like if the card improves their actual hand, but if it improves the hands that they're supposed to have in their strategy there. That's the idea. William Blaze with the 90.7 million, 57 blinds. It's nice. We've got 2 Party Poker Pros at the table, Philip Gruesome and Ludovic Geilich. Big spot. Scotland and Germany, man. I'm in Scotland right now. It's a big moment. Ludo. Cheeky Ludo. Checking out those chips beside him, man. You guys see that? I saw that. How much time until you play today? I'm already playing, but in terms of streaming tonight, probably, I'd guess like 2 hours or so. 2.5 maybe. 340. We want to go to about 420. So, yeah, about 2 hours and 30 minutes or so. But I am going to start my home game in an hour and a half. So, and I'm already in a tournament on the side. See if Twitch got back to that email that I sent. Did I send it from my other email? I think I did. Continuing on here, Alex Foxon on 45 million just lets it go with the 8-5. Ryan Reese folds as well, 9 deuce. And now on Aaron, our table chip leader. Nope, Peter Jetton, Queen Jack suited. This is going to be an all-in. Big blind is 1.6 million, so Peter Jetton has about 8 blinds. Definitely an all-in situation here from the hijack. And let's see if he gets action. It is a pretty big pay jump here, 16 to 15, but not big enough to fold this, I don't think. Philip Gruesome with ace-jack. That's it, man. Going to be some action here. Philip Gruesome has 22 blinds to start this hand. Ace-jack is a very good hand against a hijack all-in for 8 blinds. So the standard move is just a shove. And I think Peter Jetton is in a lot of trouble. I think we're going to lose Peter Jetton. It's going to need some help here. What's up, Left Line Mart? Hello, hello. December, I placed top 5 in 5 out of 6 live tournaments I played. I brought in close to 10K in live earnings in 1 month. Been on a major downslope, getting cold decks, bad beats, etc. Any advice for a great player on a downslope? Well, I think, especially if you're playing live poker tournaments, man, this is Royalty Roy. The fluctuations you will go on will be very long. Like, we're not talking 4 tournaments. We're talking like 400 tournaments sometimes of like general bad luck runs and good luck runs. So that's just how poker works. So you just got to work on your mental game, and then also work on understanding the variance of poker, because it'll help you not feel the pressure as much, because you'll be like, oh, okay, this is pretty normal to see. Like, you won't question your game as much. We'll be like, I'm making as many mistakes. It'll help you. So. A lot of trouble here for Peter Jetton. A lot of trouble. We're down to 16. Peter Jetton's going to need some spades or a queen here. And Philip Gruesome's got 68% going to the flop. I love Philip Gruesome's style. I started wearing scarves and it's helped me win some tournaments plus EV. I like the scarf at the table too, actually. It's nice. I do like the scarf at the table. Okay, so Peter Jetton is using a little bit of time here to see if he can hit a pay jump from one of the other tables.
I'll save a few.
Whilst we have a few minutes. Why not get involved today? If you're enjoying the coverage, please do.
This promo is going to be old. So Peter Jetton is waiting to see if there's a bust out at the other table, because it is a $15,000 pay jump. So it makes sense for him to wait a minute and a half, knowing that he's likely going to be out of the tournament. Because, you know, I don't know, maybe 1 in 20 times he's going to earn an extra $15,000 by waiting for a minute and a half. So that's what's going on here. And we just got to wait a little bit. It's frustrating as a viewer, but it's definitely the right thing mathematically to do. As Philip Gruesome with the photo, man. Philip Gruesome with the photo, man. He's a silly guy, man. I like Philip Gruesome. He's good. I got to get him on the podcast, because he just seems silly. I like him.
It's just a question of how many of these time locks to use. Obviously, they have quite a lot of value. If you were to double up, hate to be on the front table and run out.
Philip Gruesome is one of my favorite players. He's good, dude. I like him.
Just what they're worth. Given he knows jamming with King Queen and having Phil rejam behind, that he's more likely to bust in his hand than not.
I've seen players get torched for stalling just for a pay jump. Yeah, I talked with Daniel Negreanu on the podcast this week, actually, about this exact topic. It's a tough thing, because mathematically this is the right move, right? Peter Jetton is doing the right thing, and he's exercising his rights, and that he has a chip, he has a time stack, right? So, but there is social pressure as well of what's okay and what's not okay in poker, and like wasting time is not very productive. So it's just one of those spots where if he acts quickly, he's costing himself thousands of dollars in equity.
50k, but
So we're asking him as a poker community to self-modulate whether he should charge himself thousands of dollars or not, which doesn't work, right? It shouldn't be like that. So I think when you have a time situation, right? When you have a time bank like this, you're allowed to use your time bank chips. If you've been saving in the whole tournament, this is an asset you have, and I know it's not great for TV, but like this is very reasonable to me. Without a shot clock, I think you have to modulate your own time. Like you have to be able to say like this is too much time, or like here's we're gonna cut it off, and I clearly got to make a move here because there is no time bank to hold me back. So like I have to be reasonable with the community. But in a shot clock tournament like this, I think this is the right decision, as tilting as it is for some people, you know? Everyone online does this mess, but you can't punch them in the face online. See, Cootie's perspective on this is the problem, you know?
day to day, Peter has a lot of them.
Again, I don't think Peter Jetton deserves a punch in the face for this. It's
Reset.
the,
Reset again the final.
the correct approach. And if you don't think it's the correct approach, then you have to make rules to ensure that it isn't the correct approach. Like, you're not allowed to use your time bank's pre-flop or something like that, right? Would change it. If you weren't allowed to use these pre-flop, then you would only have 30 seconds and then it'd be over. So, but you can't blame him for taking 2 minutes to earn, you know, probably $1,000 or more dollars in equity. You can't. I certainly can't blame him for that. It's a joke. Jeez, sorry, Cootie. I mean, jokes are tough on the internet. How do I know if you're serious or not? I mean, it's tough to tell, man. I can't get your context. You could be like, you can't punch him when you're playing online, or you could be like, yeah, you can't punch him when you're playing online. Like, the context is missing on the internet, man. You have no idea if people are serious or not. It's tough. There's been many a ban on the channel where I'm sure people were just joking around, but we didn't know. And vice versa. Things that we took as jokes that weren't jokes. Like, just like super crazy dudes like, Jamie, I love you. And I'm just like, oh, thanks, man. And they were like serious, like they were obsessed. Tone of voice in text is hard. It is. Yeah. I really wish Twitch chat, you were able to send like voice notes. How funny would that be?
Be fully aware of what's going on, so no one knows.
Don't ban me, man. I'm not banning you, Cootie. I'm not banning you, bro. All right, so Scott has just picked up a bunch of chips on the other table, which means we're going to get a call here.
See everyone set up from the table.
Very interesting other table. But I think we're actually going to get the all in here. What are we watching here? New viewer. What's up, Los Cuban? Welcome to the channel. My name's Jamie, by the way. Welcome, welcome. We're watching the 2019 Caribbean Poker Party main event for $10,300 buy-in. It's the first time it's been broadcast on Twitch, so I am adding my commentary to it. But it is not live, as in this is happening right now in the world. But me and you are live, so we can talk in real time. All right.
You probably shouldn't have done that.
Completely agree.
Seems like there's some controversy.
Doesn't matter.
If you're going to play hand for hand, you could stop the table. Otherwise, don't do it.
It's true. You shouldn't stop
It's-
the
it's-
play.
that's
you
not-
don't stop the play ever.
Exactly right. That's bad ruling by the floor. To pause the other table.
Whoa!
These guys were in the tank. Here, well, here we go. Peter has
Queen on the flop. Okay. Seems like there was a ruling on the floor to pause the other table for the all-in, which the floor should not have done that, and it's true. Peter Jetton is very likely going to win here. Yep, there it is. Peter Jetton with a double up. Philip Gruesome losing a big pot there, down to 20 million. He's got a good point, though. So he's angry because the floor paused the other table, and it's not hand for hand right now. So the floor essentially paused tournament play for this to happen when they shouldn't have done that, because it's his right again to use the time chips, and they shouldn't pause play unless it's hand for hand. So they made a mistake doing that. Thankfully, it didn't cost Peter Jetton. But yeah, they shouldn't have done that. It's a mistake. Thankfully, it's okay though, and it didn't end up costing him too much.
Well, I think think that's very unfair on Peter there.
Going to this year's WSP. I'm not going to be there, Big Boy Mickle 101, but good luck if you're playing.
Time chips.
Yeah, that is a big win for Peter Jetten there. That's a big spike.
Disadvantage.
With the queen against Philip Grissom's dominating hand, so he's on the short side now. What are the time chips? 30 seconds. You get them periodically throughout the tournament, so you can see those little squares beside player stacks.
I have to just like play within the rules. I don't want to do that. I would love
Yeah, no, I don't
They should
think
not let
anyone
you
will
do
hold
it
it.
because they're like, oh, well, you can't do that.
Yeah, it should be set up in a way where
Go Canada, go. Any Canucks in the chat? There's got to be a few out there, man. Illusion. Where are the Canadians at? Represent Canadians. Just take your attendance. Let us know where you're watching from in Canada. Let's just do a global attendance, actually. I mean, all of you out there, I'd love to know where you're watching the stream from, so let me know your location in the world. It doesn't just have to be Canada, anywhere. Got New York City, we got New Brunswick, coming in from Belly Boss Mom, Belly Bo's mom. New Brunswick as well, Michigan, Slovenia, Mars, Calgary, Oregon, Denmark, Washington State, London, California, St. Louis, Missouri, Niagara Falls, Montreal, with 50 centimeters of snow today. Yikes, man. UK, Croatia, Manchester, Massachusetts, I can't say it, dude. I can't say that place. I can't say it. Massachusetts. Massachusetts. Ah, that's it. It's the chew. Massachusetts. There it is. Portugal, Chicago, Denmark, Finland, Atlanta, Taiwan, Brazil, Finland. Basically Canada, but better in ice. No, my friend. No, you're not. Hockey's our game, Bescu. Watch your mouth. Los Angeles, New Zealand. I play on PokerStars, but is Party Poker better? You should definitely try it, XAN. I think there's some things that PokerStars does better than Party, but I'm on Team Party, and we sure are trying, and there's some things that we definitely do better for players as well. So please try it out. And we have better rewards for players. I think that is fair to say, and people would back up that comment. We also have half the amount of money taken away on knockout tournaments. So that's cool. And then we have a big team here on Twitch, so if you like playing our home games and sort of playing in the tournaments we play and stuff, I think you'll like it. So, yeah, try it out, man. I'd appreciate that. DC, nice. London. I miss London, dude. I miss London. Anyways, let's get back to the table here. Ludo's going to bet 3.2 million into Alex Foxon, who has 10 high right now. He's going to give it up. Massachusetts. There it is. Mass, bless you, sits. Massachusetts. Okay, I got it. Because I always want to say Massachusetts. Doesn't work, does it? That's not it. It's not Massachusetts. It's Massachusetts. And I apologize to your state. I was going to say great state, but I really don't know anything about Massachusetts, so I have no idea if it's great or not. I feel like that's just an American meme at this point. Like, the great state of Iowa to get elected for president. I am here in the great state of Iowa campaigning today on behalf of the farmers and the dairy labor. Too long in this country, you have been forgotten. I am here today, Iowa, on behalf of all of you that slave out there in the field every day, plowing the fields that feed America. American lives. American workers. And I'll tell you what, Iowa, if you vote for me in 2020, when I become president of the United States, I promise you that I will fight for farmers. The backbone of America. Telling you, chat. I'm telling you, man. I'm ready. I'm ready to go.